I'm Deirdre and I'm here to talk about adverbs. Adverbs are words that modifies verbs, adjectives, or any other adverbs. For example, he drove slowly. So the adverb in that sentence is the word slowly because it tells how did he drive. For another example, he drove a very fast car. So this time the word very is the adverb of the sentence because it tells how fast was his car. Like adjectives, adverbs can have comparative and superlative forms to show degree. For example, walk faster if you want to keep up with me. In that sentence, the word faster is the adverb which is in a comparative form because it tells how fast will the person walk to be able to keep up with the other person. The second sentence, the student who reads fastest will finish first. Here, the word fastest is the adverb which is in a superlative form that tells how fast will the student read to be able to finish first. And now let's talk about the kinds of adverbs. There are 5 kinds of adverbs. The first kind of adverb is the adverbs of manner. The adverbs of manner tells us the manner or way in which something happens and they answer the question how. For example, she danced gracefully. So the adverb of that sentence is the word gratefully because it tells how did she dance. Second is the adverbs of place. The adverbs of place tells us the place where something happens and they answer the question where. For example, she lives in the Philippines. So in that sentence, the word in the Philippines is the adverb of place because it tells where does she lives. Third is the adverbs of frequency. Adverb of frequency tells us how often and how frequently something happens. For example, she drinks her medicine often. So the word often is the adverb of frequency because it tells how often she drinks her medicine or how frequently she drinks her medicine. Fourth is the adverbs of time. The adverb of time tells us something about the time that something happens. For example, she left early. So the word early in that sentence is the adverb of time because it tells what time did she leave. And the last kind of adverb is the adverb of purpose. The adverb of purpose expresses the purpose of an action and it answers the question why. For example, I studied hard for our next exam to have a high grade. So the adverb of purpose in that sentence is the phrase to have a high grade because it answers the question why. Like, I studied hard for our next exam. Why? To have a high grade. So obviously the phrase to have a high grade is the adverb of purpose. And now after talking about kinds of adverbs, we are going to talk about the position of adverbs. One of the hallmark of adverbs is their ability to move around in the sentence. Adverbs of manner are particularly flexible in this regard. For example, the first example, solemnly the minister addressed her congregation. Second example, the minister solemnly addressed her congregation. Third example, the minister addressed her congregation solemnly. So as you can see, the word solemnly in the first example was placed in the first part of the sentence. The second example, it was placed in the middle of the sentence, and in the last example, it was placed in the last part of the sentence. The following adverbs of frequency appear in various points in the sentence. First is the before the main verb. Second is between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. Third, before the verb used to. Indefinite adverb of time can appear either before the verb or between the auxiliary and the main verb. For example, he finally showed up for batting practice. And the indefinite adverb of time in that sentence is the word finally. And here in the second sentence, she has recently retired. The indefinite adverb of time in this second sentence is the word recently. After talking about position of adverbs, we are now going to talk about the intensifiers. Adverbs often function as intensifiers. Intensifiers conveying a greater or lesser emphasis to something. Intensifiers are said to have three different functions. They can emphasize, amplify, or downtone. Here are some examples. Here are some examples for emphasizers. First, I really don't believe him. Second, he literally wrecked his mother's car. Third, she simply ignored me. Fourth, they're going to be late for sure. So the first example in the emphasizers part is I really don't believe him. The intensifier here is the word really. The second, he literally wrecked his mother's car. The intensifier here in this sentence is the word literally. And the third, simply and for sure. And for the amplifiers, examples. The teacher completely rejected her proposal. I absolutely refuse to attend any more faculty meetings. They heartily endorsed the new restaurant. I so wanted to go with them. We know this city well. So the intensifier in the amplifier part in first example, teacher completely rejected her proposal. So then the intensifier here is the word completely. Second, absolutely. Third, heartily. Fourth, so. And fifth, well. And about the downtoners. Examples. I kind of like this college. Joe sort of felt betrayed by his sister. His mother mildly disapproved his actions. We can improve this to some extent. The boss almost quit after that. The school was all but ruined by the storm. So the intensifier in the downtoners part in the under examples, in the first example, I kind of like this college. The intensifier here was intensifier here in the sentence is the word kind of. Second, sort of. Third, mildly. Fourth, to some extent. Fifth, almost. And sixth, all but. Adverbs as well as adjectives in their verse degrees can be accompanied by promodifiers. So that's all for today, and thank you for watching this video.